Hi everyone. I'm going to see if I can get us a Tarot and Oracle reading for November 15th, 2025. So I figured we'd start with overarching energy for the collective for tomorrow, or just kind of in general coming up, anything going on that the collective needs to know. And I'd start with this Oracle deck, Goddesses, Gods and Guardians Oracle deck. See if anything wants to come out here. Can I get a card, please? Kind of an overarching energy. Okay. Let's see what this is. We've got Star Maiden Rest in reverse. So I'm already hearing and thinking, the thought that came to me was the time for resting is over. It's time to take action. Emotional healing is present. Eternal love. Mother Mary and Aphrodite. What is this in reverse? Artemis, brave spirit in reverse. Interesting. So maybe it is time to take action, but it's scary. And so because it's scary, maybe you haven't gotten into motion yet. And then King Neptune, sensitivity. So emotional healing, sensitivity, eternal love. There's something here about like self-forgiveness. So what's going on here? I'm going to ask the tarot, can I get a little bit more? What is this? I'm feeling a real energy of like transfiguration, like transmutation. There's like a real strong welling up of like emotion, but it's not emotion, it's feeling. And it's like this feeling of joy, bliss, and at the same time sadness. There's like a big emotional release going on. Like, what is this? This is I'm feeling this one pretty strongly. I don't actually normally every single time feel the energy super strongly in my body, but right now I'm feeling like in my nerves, like it went up from like my heart, it went up into like my shoulders. And can I get a clarification from the tarot here? What is this? Is there just anything I can get a few cards for, please? A little bit more information on this? No? This deck isn't seeming to want to... I'm almost wondering if this one wants to give a little bit more, like one more card here to fill this slot. And I'm almost feeling like this wants to be a longer reading, like there's this like, strong energy. Like, what is this? Is there anything else that wants to come out here? Okay, I'm going to give you 5 shuffles. So that's 1. Okay, 2 shuffles. Intuitive awakening, interesting. Avalon Priestess, Thoth Divine Masculine shows his face again. He did the last time I used this deck as well. Hell, end of a cycle. Yeah, some kind of like a release. Athena in reverse, wise decision. So everything over here is ending up in reverse. This is your reverse column. So you're reversing rest, you're resisting action, brave spirit in reverse. So you haven't taken action yet, but it is time, but it's scary. So that's holds you back a little bit. Athena, wise decision. It's not wise to stay stuck in fear, possibly. Amaterasu, no more hiding. Coming out of rest, being brave. So that is the component that hasn't happened yet, I guess. And what is this healing leading towards? Sensitivity and divine masculine. Interesting, because this is mostly feminine energy that's come out here. Mostly the goddesses in this deck. But with it, all of this female energy, feminine energy of like emotional healing, eternal love, intuitive awakening, end of a cycle, even then sensitivity in the divine masculine. So there's like a softening of the divine masculine, but yet it is still present as well. Something about wisdom, maybe wisdom here with Athena. This just emotional softness and self-love, this like a release, end of a cycle. So some kind of like pain that's been held on to for a long time from like maybe a situation or just like an old emotional like nervous system recording of like trauma or something like that. Something big is being asked to like release here. And then with that release, maybe it's even scary to face it. So if this is only on the emotional level, maybe the thing that where you need to rest is like come out of hiding, is like you're actually going to have to confront whatever this emotional energetic block is, where you've been stuck, where you haven't had self-love, where you haven't had open intuition, where you've had some kind of a block, where there's been some kind of stuck. Can I get some more from maybe the tarot? Maybe it's time for the tarot. What is this stuck energy? So what are you coming out of? And what are you moving towards? What is the larger thing here? Because I sense there's a strong and okay, Page of Swords. How interesting. Fell out kind of in between these four. So we've got Page of Swords on sensitivity, intuitive awakening, end of a cycle, and divine masculine. Intuitive awakening, end of a cycle, divine masculine, wisdom, sensitivity. So there's some kind of balance here between like a new beginning with kind of more like and I always feel like a childlike energy with the pages. So there's kind of like this childlike a fearlessness, right? So innocence possibly too with the brave spirit that wants to come out, that balances your intuitive awakening, the softening of these emotions, your wisdom, the ending of the cycle towards like a new and possibly intuition plus masculine wisdom to guide you towards a new direction with a softer heart. That's a new start because the old cycle is ending. So you kind of have that childish innocence that gives you the inner spirit and the freedom to feel like you can move on safely because whatever this is processed and it has ended. And so it's like a fresh start. So can I get some more? Is there anything else that needs to be known here? What else is going on? Is there anything else that will just be able to help out our collective here who is experiencing some kind of an emotional shift, some kind of like a radical transformation of like self-love and acceptance? What did we get here? King of Cups, yeah, interesting. King of Cups right in between emotional healing and King Neptune sensitivity. So in reverse, King of Cups. So this is like what hasn't happened yet either, but these are the next steps. So like you got to become the King of Cups, right? So like King Neptune sensitivity here, it's basically the same energy. And like Mother Mary emotional healing, right? So like in order to get this masculine, maybe I'm talking to a man, in order to get this masculine energy, to be softened and to be able to express its emotions and not be afraid of the feminine side, you have to become the King of Cups. And so if you're still kind of reversed on this, like if you're not sovereign in your own emotional power, possibly because there is this block of trauma or something that's holding you back, then you won't be able to access a flow. Can I get some more on this? What else is this about, Spirit? What else is this about? Is there anything else that this collective needs to know? Who am I talking to here? What is going on? What is soul support for them? Is there anything else that needs to be known? Okay, that got jumpy, but I'm not feeling it. Okay, let's see here. I want it to fall out. Make yourself very clear cards. What else, if anything, needs to be known here? Is there anything? Okay, I'm starting to feel another energy come in. Like, trust your intuition, trust your inner voice. Yeah, the energy's really coming through strongly on this. This is very powerful. I'm feeling it like throat chakra almost, like moving up from the heart up the spine to the throat chakra. Speaking your truth. Okay. And on top of the Page of Swords came out alone, Knight of Wands. So that reminds me of the Brave Spirit card here. So like going forward, taking action, coming out of this kind of rest space or reflection space or just blocked space where you've been avoiding something possibly. No more hiding. Time to come out of hiding. Came out on top of the Page of Swords. So you're kind of like innocent, new, softened energy with like the emotional processing and emotional release, plus this intuitive awakening, plus like a renewed trust in like your own logic skills from the divine masculine allows you this kind of childish innocence to have a new start, to kind of think of your own direction, and then to like bravely go about it, right? Because you've got this brave spirit and you've got the Knight of Wands. So like with strong energy moving forward towards something, and they're not being very specific about what this is. This just feels like a really big energy. So maybe this is for like the general collective. Is there anything else that needs to come out here? And so there's just really big energy right now. Possibly it's just like an energy that's supporting emotional release, emotional healing. I'm not paying too much attention to the astrology right now, but maybe there's something going on that kind of will resonate with anyone if they're following astrology. Like there's just this big emotional release energy. It's like asking you to step into like your next stage, like you're up to like soul evolution. Like what's your next step? Like leveling up here. It's just very general though. It's kind of nebulous. And okay. 5 of Swords. Oh boy. 5 of Swords with the Devil. if you think you can't, you won't. So that's kind of the thought that came to my head. So there's almost like, and that is the devil energy. And so like the devil energy is going to try to like backstab you. This card to me always is about backstabbing. This guy here is so suspicious, carrying those two swords with these other three. He's trying to pick up when these other two people aren't looking, like he's ready to like backstab someone. So like betrayal, actually, because I just kind of, the thought came to me like Caesar. So like, Caesar got backstabbed. So what is that about? What does that resonate? Why? And if you don't think you can do it, you never will. So your belief is important here. You actually have to believe that you are capable of like releasing, and or once it is released, you have to believe you're actually capable of doing whatever the next step is that you've envisioned or that has been given to you by that you received from your intuition and logic from the divine. And if you think that you can't, you won't. So that's going to be like a big obstacle here, is like your own self-limiting belief, that own force of evil, well, I'll just call it out, at the satanic force that tries to keep you small, that tries to keep you bound to like limited self. This is a big karma. I'm sensing karma about this. This is like a big karmic upgrade. Like, are you going to face your pattern? Because we did get hell end of a cycle here. So there's this chance to encounter stuck energy again. You think, are you good enough? Do you think you're good enough? But you am like, are you happy where you are right now? Is your life what you want it to be? And yet there's a suggestion here of Nine of Cups. Do you have the Nine of Cups right now? Is that your reality? Or are you in Four of Pentacles telling yourself that you think what you have is good enough? So like, but possibly Nine of Cups, if you don't have that, is possible. Would you rather have Nine of Cups or Four of Pentacles? Which one? And Four of Pentacles thinks he's good, and he thinks that he has enough money, and he thinks that by clutching to the old way or to the money he already has, that's going to be how he ensures his safety. But really what he's doing is he's just clenching himself up, creating tension and blocking the divine flow. So that's devil energy. And that is actually self-sabotaging you if you allow yourself to believe that yourself. Like if you take on that belief that the satanic force offers you, then if you think you can't or you think you won't, you never will. And you'll stay in Four of Pentacles for this cycle and miss the opportunity to grow towards a place where you could have more fulfillment, like Nine of Cups in your life, not even just internally manifested, but also in the situation, right? Because like King of Cups, emotional healing, connective and sensitivity here happens, then could bring like in life situations to things that will just kind of bring alignment, emotional sensitivity, emotional fulfillment, friends, good relationships. Like you get to go out with friends and have a good time, people you feel really connected with, and or like possibly even work situations that feel just really aligned, projects, even passion projects, things that just bring you fulfillment. So there's like a real opportunity here if you clear these emotions and are able to overcome this satanic force of illusion and enter into like clarity and like strong belief of, look at what's on the bottom of the deck here, the sun, that I can do this. Then when that light shines with your belief, you'll be able to, if you choose to do so, come out of rest, come out of hiding, and move forwards boldly and with innocence, but yet also with some level of intuitive clarity and divine masculine wisdom, boldly moving forward towards whatever that next step is going to be, that next plan. And we got the sun on the bottom of the deck here, upright. And so I feel like that's kind of like the divine energy shining, saying like, this is like energy that's supporting overcoming the devil energy here. So, and that also is also reflecting in the Knight of Wands here, where that's that fiery masculine energy, the divine masculine here too. Interesting, that did come out. So with the wisdom, so there's passion and energy towards it, and so the sun is shining to disintegrate this shadow of whatever this has been. There's shadow energy actually, because look at this. There's the Star Maiden resting. There's Hell, end of a cycle, and that card's pretty dark. Although her energy isn't dark, but the imagery is dark. The devil is dark. The intuitive awakening is she's holding a small light. It's all the lunar energy, lunar shadow. So there's a lot of interesting. That's another layer coming out here. There's an intuitive awakening of uncovering your shadow. There's like some shadow work going on. This is a deep reading. There's some shadow work going on. There's something coming to the surface, something trying to come to consciousness. I won't be surprised if I shuffle this deck some more if the moon card doesn't want to come out of the tarot. I think I'm actually going to place the sun card out for us. Ace of Wands in reverse. How interesting. Yeah. So like there's a possibility that if you get stuck in your old belief one more time around, then you'll kind of deny the opportunity to move forward for this moment. So there's kind of maybe a smaller window when the divine energies, possibly the astrology, is just supportive of kind of breaking free of some old belief that is in your karma that you've held for a long time, I guess. Let me just see. I'm curious to see if we can shuffle a little bit more. I want to see if we can get a confirmation. The Magician, interesting. Fell out right on top there, kind of sideways in between the Devil and Page of Swords. What's that about? And I'm curious if I shuffle, if the Moon card wants to give me confirmation there about like shadow work or kind of like unconscious becoming conscious kind of thing. Is that going on? Can I get a confirmation on that? And what is Magician about? Can I get a little bit more, please, Spirit? Victory. I'm feeling an energy of victory, of overcoming, of like sweet success. Like, yes, I did it. Like, sweet, sweet victory. You guys know that song. And like, yes, I did it. I overcame it. I beat my challenges. And there's kind of like almost like a disbelieving energy, but it's such a relief. It's so refreshing that whatever that block is has been overcome, that you've been able to get through it. And it's kind of like it's like I'm seeing almost like a meadow, a spring meadow with really bright flowers and the sun shining, and there it is in the card, and just feeling so refreshed and so like coming out of the darkness and just feeling so amazed. Like, it feels surreal actually, like you can't believe it. Interesting. Is there anything else that needs to come out here, or is that everything that needs to be known? What is this Magician about? Pentacles, Cups, Swords, Wands. We do have all of those energies on the board, don't we? Because we've got Pentacles, Cups, Swords, Wands. Not too much of all of them, but a little bit of all of them. So there is kind of like a mastery here about like alchemy across all of the different suits, all of the different four elements, combining with the divine to manifest something new, change direction. Let's see what that is about. So we got here Emperor in reverse, unstuck again, not being okay. Four of Wands in reverse. Interesting. Eight of Pentacles upright. Six of Swords not moving on. So I'm feeling like this now is reflecting the current state of the viewer as they're like listening to this video, and so they're not believing me, they're not accessing this energy, they're still feeling kind of stuck. So right now the energy isn't moving, and I'm seeing maybe keep working on it, that victory energy, because I picked up on that, and they're still feeling stuck, still not feeling moving on. I'm feeling like that heart energy dropping down lower, and kind of like a drag, kind of like, no, I can't actually do this. So I'm feeling this is overtaking right now. King of Pentacles, Magician. Manifest yourself into stronger spiritual state where you can overcome. Queen of Swords in reverse. Yeah, see, like falling to the temptation of believing that you don't have the power, versus Page of Swords, where that innocence, where the intuitive awakening with the divine masculine wisdom, and even the Athena wisdom over here, has been able to overcome this. But here, Queen of Swords, and she's probably out of all of the Swords cards, is one that would be able to get rid of that illusion. So she's in reverse right now. So I'm feeling the Devil's winning, which is sad. And so Nine of Pentacles too. So personal fulfillment on the physical plane as well, which I did kind of sense with the Nine of Cups. So it's not only just emotional, but also could possibly be material. Manifest yourself into a stronger space where you're going to be able to overcome this. And I think, what small steps can you take every day to just continuously work on your self-power that will allow you to be able to eventually have Emperor control over your mind and energies, and will eventually lead towards a path of greater union and success of victory. Yeah, so onwards and upwards, people. Get to it and believe in yourself, please, and have some self-love and self-compassion. Soften all of that up and then kind of get to it with that drive. And I think that will be able to break the cycle for you guys so that you can have this emotional release, so that you can get that next step that you guys have been going towards. And that's kind of feeling like the end of the energy here. So I felt like with that Magician and King of Pentacles to overcome the devil, like that check-in, like even as I was giving this message, like the collective wasn't feeling able to overcome it. So they were still falling into the devil energy. So this was kind of that check-in, like, no, put your boots on, pull up your bootstraps, get to it. You can overcome this. So 2000 on the counter as I said that. So that's kind of where the energy felt like it ended. So I got the message across, and then I got like I'm going to give you guys a little bit of like tough love almost, or the cards were giving it like, nope, get into action. You can do this. Like, I'm not accepting that nonsense excuse. So get to it. So that's kind of what I'm feeling here today. I hope this resonated. If it did, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments. And, yeah, I wish you guys a lot of support and luck and success and joy and peace and power in overcoming, mental blocks, energetic blocks, satanic forces that are stopping your abundance, stopping truth, that are stopping you from overcoming your karma. I just wish you guys so much love and support on overcoming this, and be strong. That's it. Be strong. And so I'm going to wish you guys that strength and lots of joy, peace, and love to you all. And I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.